You're tuning in with 101 with Tommie Zam. On the third episode, we have Shuriken Shannon sitting down with us talking about skateboarding and life. Let's do this.
What's up, dude?
What are you doing? Driving?
No, fucking just at my house now.
Oh, word. What'd you do today?
Oh, bullshitting.
Bullshit.
Fucking, yeah, Thursdays, nothing much. Just kind of did nothing. Yeah,
No.
super exciting.
What's the weather like out
Oh
there?
yeah,
Weather pretty
just some
good?
regular shit. It's a nice day in the neighborhood.
Dude, it's fucking hot as shit here, dude. It's 93
Oh shit, it
degrees,
got
dude.
super loud.
Huh?
It got super loud on me. Sorry, I'm trying to get it together. I just rolled up a joint. We're good.
You roll a joint? All right, man. As long as you got a joint in your hand, I am happy to be, dude.
Yeah,
Let me get my little pre-roll joint from Lowell and smoke that up
CBD.
real quick. Yeah, the CBD. Get some of that in me, you know.
Yep, I feel it.
Fucking, I cleansed myself today, dude. I ate some Beyond plant-based meat and fucking charcoal kombucha, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Give me about 5 minutes, man. I'm on the shitter.
He's releasing the demons out of you and shit.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah, dude. I ate some Italian ice cream, and then I was like, oh, shit, I got to go.
Get back to it.
Get back to that shit, dude.
I feel it.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming on to 101 with me, dude. Basically what it is we're just going to talk about skateboarding and life and just, talk as is. You know
Current
what I mean?
times.
Exactly, dude. So let's talk a little about your skateboard career and skateboarding and stuff like that. I know a lot of people know about the history and you got into skateboarding and all that, but some people don't know. If you just want to just briefly tell us what got you into skateboarding.
What got me into skateboarding? Shit. The pure fucking joy of that piece of wood. I don't know. It just my cousins probably. I just had a fucking skateboard around, basically laying around the dojo, my dad's old dojo, and just kind of stole it from him. I think he left it, and then it just kind of around. So I just kind of just pushed it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago, when I was about like 6, maybe. I always had it. It was always around, which was always good. But yeah, I didn't start to like fully skate to like shit, maybe like 10 to like actually try to do some shit.
Is that when you learned your first tray flip?
No, shit. I don't even remember when I first learned my tray flip. It's been so long. So many tray flips logged. So many things logged down. Like, damn, running back to the first one. I remember the first one. It was with my homie at the fucking, just in his driveway. We were both trying them. We're like, yo, whoever lands the first one, just lands the first one. Well, we tried it all day, basically, and I was like the one that landed out, like at the end of the day and shit. And then that was all she wrote after that.
Yeah, your tray flips are on point too, man. You got those things down like packed, dude. Like you can close your eyes and just do a tray flip over anything,
Funnest trick to do, regardless, hands down.
What was
and flashiest.
Funnest
and flashiest for everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude, definitely. What was it like growing up in San Diego? From being a young jit to always now. You've been through a lot out in San Diego,
Yeah, has ups and downs and stuff like that. I kind of, raised my own when I was young, and just kind of did my own thing as a teenager, and pursued my goals, and never kept off course, and just striving for something that I didn't know was going to be there, but I knew something was there, and regardless of the fact if it didn't work out or not, I was going to make it happen. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, what was it like, raising yourself? That must have been tough to do, with all the challenges and things going in their life,
Yeah. I was just fucking, I pretty much mainly live with my mom's, more or less. Like time to time, I see my dad here and there, but they were always separate and stuff like that. Pretty much got evicted when I was like 14 from our house, and kind of had to, figure out myself and shit. Like, I don't know where to go. So, a couple homies who helped me out throughout and stuff like that. And then, I bounced back and forth to my dad's house. But that was like when I was older as a teen. He wasn't really like, I didn't really grow up with him when I was like coming up to like, I don't know, say 16-ish.
Yeah.
But I bounced back and forth with him, and I just kind of had fallen out with him. So I just kind of did my own fucking thing, and so I just survival of the fittest ever since and shit. So
yeah. And basically skateboarding saved your life,
Oh yeah, it could have been countless things I was doing, and things I shouldn't be doing and shit. Could have sent me down a path of either being in jail, homeless, or probably fucking doing some bad shit. Ended up on the wrong tracks and shit, so dark deep depths of, mental, fucking, everything and shit, everything's so mental, and especially as a kid, you don't know how to fucking really develop a lot of things, and shit just kind of just fucking happens, so I think it just kind of happened abruptly as everything else does and shit, and it's just like, all right, survive, we got to figure it out right then and there and shit, so yeah, I had to grow up pretty, young. I always hung around a lot of older cats too, so that was definitely a plus.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? Like, like knowing that skateboarding got you away from the streets and took you away from that era, where you could have been in jail and you could have done this, you could have done, gone different paths, but letting skateboarding bring you to where you're at now, that's pretty fucking awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, everything too, So, and that was like something that I pretty much only thing that I really had to hold on to, besides everything else going on around me. So,
yeah,
I just kind of, that was the outlet of just getting away and just doing whatever, being free, and just roaming the streets on my skateboard and shit, and getting away from all the fucking, stress as the household and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, you're rolling the streets, popping those fat 360 tray flips, man.
Sheesh, yeah, how to perfect those over the years. She had to do something with those, dude.
Definitely.
I gotta put those somewhere. Shit.
What was your first sponsor?
First sponsor, shops. I guess to say Skateboard Heaven. I guess to say. I don't know if I was ever really on. I always just kind of hung out, and it was just there, and they hook you up when they hook you up, and I don't know. Everybody was, Yo.
I guess a connection or something. I lost you.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. It just like made a huge loud beep in my ear. I'm like, damn, you're trying to make me deaf right now. Trying to make me so deaf. I'm like, yo, one ear is just done. Like I can't hear out of one ear.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm like, we're chit chatting, and all of a sudden it said, "Oh, done recording." I'm like, what the hell?
All right. I guess that's all she wrote. All right. Thanks for coming out, guys. That was my episode. Stay tuned for the next, to be continued. So, just get the full the story afterwards. So tune in next time. All right. Peace.
It was like 4 minutes. You got your 4-minute interview. They're done, dude.
Yeah. I'm really keeping people entertained with this, dude. So, hey, dude, people, there's short-minded with the attention span now, so attention span's like this little, so that was perfect timing for them. Boom. I appreciate it for coming out. Thank you.
Peace. Later.
And I'm out. Drop the mic. Boom.
So finish up about Skate Heaven so I can edit it all back together,
No, story's over, dude. No, yeah. So running back to Skateboard Heaven. Yeah. So Skateboard Heaven days were dope, though. That was a lot of my hanging out and shit. They had a shop in OB when I was living in OB for a little bit, and then that's kind of the times when everything was kind of crashing down with my household, and it's kind of like moved downtown. And then they finally opened up like a location downtown, which was dope with like the big DC vert ramp back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Fucking sheesh, that thing is still like gigantic in my fucking mind. But that was the spot, dude. That was like the zone before the stadium, before the SD, like the whole stadium and shit. And they had locked down a sick little zone, and I lived right down the street. That was like the time I was staying with my dad a little bit, and I was just like, dude, I'm always gone. I didn't really want to stick around too much, dude. Like nothing else to do. I gotta go. So I was always spending my time around there.
Yeah.
And then
Is that
I
when
was
you
around.
met? Is that when you met Kong and them?
No, I didn't meet them yet.
Oh, okay.
I was still skating downtown. I knew Ivory and Adrian. That was pretty much the only anybody I actually fucking knew.
Yeah, that was.
I was pretty much. I was doing my own thing. I was pretty much almost a loner back then. I'm like, yo, I'm just going to and from. I'm skating. That's all I'm doing. Like nothing else matters. Trying to fucking keep a level head. Go to school a little bit. Like I like started homeschool for a little bit, and then obviously fucking everything else took over and consumed my life, and yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then that was before Street Machine team. Was that sport before or after
Street Machine was around.
Okay.
They were still there. There was, I think it was a little bit before. Street Machine was still there, and then it was like kind of on the way out and stuff. That was a lot of time spent there too, for sure. It was bouncing back and forth, honestly. Skateboard Heaven and Street Machine.
Yeah, and then when did you start getting hooked up with, like, because you were like the first black skater on Black Label. How was that feel, man? I mean, that was your first sponsor for Black Label and stuff. What was that like?
That was cool. That came a little bit later. That was like around Skateboard Heaven days. Was like Pig came along.
Oh yeah, that's right, Pig. That's right. I forgot about Pig. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget that history, dude. Slaughterhouse Boy.
That's right. I remember your
cult classic. I'm gonna call that one a cult classic.
Classic.
Like not even with myself, like all the rest of the heads, because mostly all the dudes are still skating today, dude. So and doing their thing today, which is sick. It's fucking like years ago, 15 years ago, or some shit like that. Yeah, that was like I was still skating Skateboard Heaven around that time, and then like Ivory, I was like sort of filming with him. I didn't really like film with him. I went out like seriously like once or twice and shit, and I was like, I don't know, he was talking to Josh Beagle or something like that, and then showed up with the box at Skateboard Heaven. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? He was like, it's a box for you. I'm like, yeah, cool, all right, whatever. I'm like, I didn't really give him two shits. I was like, all right, yeah. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, for real, have it all. I'm like, what? Like, it's like 8-9 boards in there or some shit. I'm like, dude, I never get fucking boards, dude. Don't give me shit like that. Like around that time too, it was like hand me downs like nobody's business, dude. Shoes, all everything. But that was like the first box. I was like, all right, cool. Then now what? He's like, yeah, he wants to like meet you and come talk to you and stuff like that. I'm like, all right. I'm like, fucking, I don't even know. 17. I was like 16, 17-ish. I think something around there. And then I met up with Josh Beagle, and that was all she wrote. And it was just Pig Woods, fucking me, Adrian, and Charlie was the first, ones on that whole new program of boards.
That video too. You had a sick part in that Pig video too, man.
Yeah, definitely fucking very diverse squad and shit, dude. Like only fucking hip hop in the video, fucking black dude with dreads, and then he got all these like punk rock heads and shit, just fucking throwing themselves down the gnarliest rails and all this random shit. I'm like, all right, cool.
that was when San Diego was popping. You know what I mean? That was when ASR was still there. That was like fucking everything was going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of things still around. Yeah, that's when the industry was thriving.
yeah, definitely thriving.
Things were still popping off and shit, and opportunities to be had and gotten and shit. So yeah, man, then, those were definitely some times.
And then that's when Black Label came in, and how did that work out?
Black Label came in a little while after. That was
after Pig, right?
A few years after. I like found out Pigwood had went under, like when I like had got out of jail on a little fucking stint, and I was like, oh yeah, pig's done. Oh, okay, I guess. Like, uh, I'm like, all right, now what? I was still on Osiris back at the time and shit, so it was like,
Yeah.
they were still like, hooking me up and whatnot. I was just barely going on like my first like trip with them, like to New York, like somewhere else and shit, dude. I had never been. So I was like, yo, I can't miss this opportunity over some bullshit. But yeah, luckily let a brother out just in time.
and then that's when your career started, like you feel like your career started going big, was it before Pig, or do you think Black Label helped your career go like hit the peak and go like boom,
No, that was like, let's see, what did it, the Feed the Need video was the one that pretty much sparked everything to, set everything else in motion, to turn pro and, pursue other things and shit. So, but I was on label. I got on label, like, I was like off of like a board company for like at least a year. So I don't know. I was bouncing. I wasn't even really getting anything really and shit. I was just kind of floating shoes. That's like the only sponsor I had and shit. And then I was staying at Russell's house, and I don't even know. Oh, it was at a damn AM contest. Yeah.
I don't know, it must be the service or something in the house.
Yeah, I left my room, so it might have been that.
Don't worry.
You hear me fine?
I can hear you perfect, dude.
All right.
Might have been the room, dude.
Yeah, it's a little drowned out over there, so I mean that's the cave. That's the cave, bro.
No worry. I know that house, man.
Yep, you used to live here.
Yeah, hey, I stepped out in the hood, so now I'm standing in the hood talking to you. So that way, maybe we got 3 bars on here now,
right?
And stuff. But back to what we were talking about. We're talking about you were talking about like how when you started coming up, when your career started like booming,
Yeah. Where was I at?
I think we were talking about like Feed the Need.
Oh yeah, Feed the Need. Basically, that's pretty much where everything kind of popped off. I was like, after that, I kind of turned pro. Well, I did turn pro for label. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good spot to fucking goddamn be, because there's fucking too loud everywhere.
I'm just standing outside watching the heat lightning.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So where was that? Where we at?
Feed the Need.
Oh yeah,
pro.
Yeah. So Feed the Need. That was pretty much where everything kind of cracked off. Turned pro for label after that, and then kind of kickstarted the professional career.
Yeah. Chris Markovich out here doing some paint artwork.
What's that?
The Markovich was in here doing some artwork, getting some artwork done.
Where at?
That my pad.
Oh yeah, for real?
Yeah, we live together.
Oh no shit. Sick.
Yeah, we got a little place out in Florida, so we kind of live together now.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, I didn't tell you. Oh, my bad.
Yep.
And me just basically bounced out of Florida and said, fuck it. Or California, like, fuck it, let's just move to Florida. So him and his wife and kid live with me in a three bedroom one house in St. Pete.
Okay. All right.
Big
shout out.
I'll let them know, dude. But yeah, so Black Label. So Black Label basically
Label Days
is the day is what got you more and more out there. You know what I mean? You were doing King of the Road. You're like, media was just blowing you up, stuff like that. So I mean, you're at your high peak. What?
For sure. That was definitely. I was a new kid on the block and shit like that. I think everybody coming into the industry or on a sponsor that's kind of pushing it and getting that notice, and it definitely has that light on him and shit like that. So yeah, that was my time for that part, kind of leading up to professional and shit like that.
Yeah, and then I mean, are you bummed about not still being with Black Label or anything, or?
No, I mean, fucking label, dude. Label's always good to me. John was like always straight up, and they handled their shit. They had some of the best graphics that I came out with, and Full still hit me up to this day about certain graphics and shit. So, yeah, I always had a high level of respect for John and what he's done, and helped the brother push me to this point, and I'm still holding strong, dude. Fucking 12 fucking years later and shit, still holding a professional career. Let's go.
I know you're killing it, dude. And then we're gonna get in this topic, Santa Cruz.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
Santa Cruz, good old Santa Cruz.
Yes.
It's
history.
Do you regret any of that, or you think you learned from that?
Fuck no. I've already learned from the first time. That's not the first time a company's done some shady shit to, their riders and shit like that. So it's definitely icing on the cake at a point where I fucking had enough of bullshit like that, and for people to not be straight up with me, and as a person, as a skater, as whatever it is, you want to call it, whatever business comes down to, whatever it comes down to, but at least give me the benefit of the doubt if anything's all screwed up.
Yeah.
And I know shit wasn't screwed up. They just, they want to lie on my name, and they got flamed. Let it be known.
Let it be known, dude.
Yeah,
Let it be
that known. And Yo.
All right, there we go.
Sheesh.
Hey, I got a lot of editing to do. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be funny anyways.
Right. Hey, just put little interludes or like a little random music in between, like little fucking lounge music and shit. Yeah. Sheesh.
So what
yeah, rewind it.
Rewind.
Rewind. Yeah,
so,
right.
Hey, so basically, so I mean, everybody know, you let things know what's going on, what happened with Santa Cruz, what they did to you, and what they kind of bullshit on you. You know what I mean? And do you feel like the industry, the media, the skating media, and all that kind of like stepped away from you because of all that, or do you think they kind of like, just kind of like, I don't want to say blacklist you or whatever, but just kind of not really promote you that much anymore?
Yeah, I mean, certain things. I mean, NHS for sure. I mean, everything was that I'd like actually rode for was under NHS and shit. So, I felt like right after that Santa Cruz thing, they had whatever, did what they did. I got like a minute call. I've been on the fucking program for 5 years prior. Mm-hmm. So I got a minute fucking discussion of like what they thought or what was wrong or what they couldn't do. And I was like, that's not true. So then they sparked it by going on some other talk show or podcast and saying now I'm too old for certain things and certain shit that they didn't say to me when I was on the phone. I'm like, dude, how can you go off and just publicly say that and know that's wrong and not right? And then like have me just sit there and just take it, like, dude. So I went on the same podcast and, told my truth.
Yeah.
And, if whoever, resonated with it, understands. And I just, wanted to come to understanding that shit ain't right. And whatever they did was wrong. And then it just trickled down to everything else that I was kind of on. And they were like pretty much wanted to kick me off OJ right after Santa Cruz. And I had like said some stuff. See, it's like, all right, I can't even speak my truth without other repercussions happening and shit like that. So, and I didn't know about they tried to kick me off for a good whole year. And I found
really?
out. Damn. And yeah, I found out by the old TM that like, yeah, like I told them to keep them on and keep you on and whatnot. And they were trying to kick you off since Santa Cruz. I'm like, dude, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? Dude, I wouldn't have even wasted my time with certain shit like that. Like, Fools don't want me on the team. Cool. Like, that's not even the issue. Like, if Fools said it was just straight out, I don't want you on the team. We're doing something different. Cool. Bye. Like, all right. Yeah. Like, I would have been like more of like, oh, logical, but it was just runarounds and bullshit stories and excuses that I know are lies. Like, it's blatantly obvious too, especially after the fact. And I'm like, dude, I'm not dumb. I'm not no kid. And it's like easy to take advantage of kids that don't know certain things and shit. And it's like, okay, you want to play the business card now too and shit. Like, oh, that's fine with me. So I've had that one too many times in my career of just kind of being told one thing and then having them do something else. And that's like the pure case of that. And I'm like, dude, that ain't right. I thought we were all in this together and I did nothing but do my job. And what about yours? Because obviously my job wasn't issues. It was something within. So I got the repercussions of it.
You think they were just afraid to talk to you, or do you think they were just like a bunch of, I mean, excuse my French, bunch of pussies that say, "Hey, look, man, you're done."
Yeah, it was just kind of the approach.
I'm probably gonna get hated for saying that.
It was just whatever it is, man. Speak your truth. It's rather to be like, like silence is like the worst thing that could happen, just to be like silenced on some shit that you think that it, like, dude, I think that shit's wrong. And if I have like my opinion have certain repercussions, then I guess so be it. But there's many people around me that feel the same way. Even the same team riders on your same team think that shit's whack. I ain't gonna say no names, but that I got personal messages knowing that shit was whack.
Yeah, I was,
and there was no
need,
living
but
when
that happened, dude. I was living,
and especially during the time that I was at too. I was like, the everything that was leading up to certain things that it just wasn't just like, oh, you're just off. Like, dude, there's a lot of things leading up to like certain things to make that situation that much more like complicated and worse and shit. And especially for me, it's like, damn, hit me when I'm at my lowest, and then you're supposed to like support me and you say you care. Nah, sad. And they have a history of it too. So, I've had plenty of dudes fucking contact me and reach out after that. It's like, dude, whatever, so be it after that. And then after that, it was kind of, I had some opportunities, it's just kind of like let it dust settle for a little bit. And then I got back in the motion. They like claimed I didn't pretty much have no footy or anything for this video that didn't come out for 2 years later. And I'm like, all right, I drop a part a month or two after. I'm like, dude, you guys lie about so much shit that like I just can't stand you all lying about my name. And it's like that's a form of making me look bad too, dude. Like, what after that the rumors don't get around and shit, dude? Like,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Like, and then I'm the one that's being called like bitter or doing this and doing that. And like, well, I'm sorry, you're not the one having it done to you on like a constant basis of like certain things that people just want to take advantage of. And it's like, damn, man, I felt like I didn't deserve that. And I let it be known, and that's what it is. And now it's history, but it's fine. I got to realize a lot of things after that like I didn't do. And it like, honestly, it held me back. I feel like that whole time I was kind of on there, it was like holding me back because I like reevaluated everything that we had done to like what I did after that. I'm like, dude, I've been on the fucking company for a year or so, and I've done more than I did on 5 years on that company. I'm like, damn, dude, like there's certain things that were happening within, and team changes to team manager changes to they didn't know what the hell they were doing to just putting people in random positions that just like, all right, cool, like, but it worked out how it worked out, but it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And I feel like those dudes that did that shit's whack, and
100% agree.
Got to understand a person in my position, like, man, I did nothing but do what I was asked to do, and then some, even more.
Yeah, definitely.
And still hit me at a low point when like my dad's on the hospital, he's got heart fucking problems and shit, and dude, it's crazy. And I've expressed a lot of things, and that's probably my downfall too. Like, can't express so much to these people that really don't give a shit about you at the end and shit, dude. And it's like, all right, and they'll use certain things against you to think certain way that I'm unfit for certain shit. And it's like, dude, no, I was doing everything and then some, and I know it, and y'all know it. Cause we could bust out the rap sheet if we need to and shit.
You're like, hey, I got backup from footage from like
2014. It's just a crock of shit that I'm like, dude, like, stop lying, dude. And you have people lie for you, and then like, yeah, dude, like, come on, like, that's not cool. Your fucking corporate mentality and business antics, like, that's just straight shit for, someone like myself. And you say you care, and you say you're this, and you say you're that, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Start to question because I know a little too much because I'm there. I'm in there. I'm deep in there.
Do you think the industry needs a change? From that, from what they did, what the industry did, industry and the skate media needs a change and more focus on like what's real instead of, you know?
Yeah, it's just knowing the facts and knowing the stories and knowing what's what. Certain things could escalate and get out of hand to the point where people don't want to deal with you just because they heard some random shit that ain't true. That I've had plenty of times. I'm like, what? Really saying that shit about me? If they don't hear it from me or have like a real like wise source about what's really good and really like know your facts, then what you're saying is shit. But then it still affects me to try to get on something else after the fact, dude. It's like, what, that don't hurt me, dude? Like, you're making me look a certain type of way, and then I can't, do what I need to do and perform what I need to perform because this is how I've made a living and shit, and I've grown to make a living, dude. I built this myself, like, dude, like y'all are there, but I'm out here really doing it. I'm sacrificing a lot of things to do it and shit. So,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm not owed nothing, dude. Like, don't get that twisted and shit. That's like one thing. Like, yo, I've never owed nothing. I've been always been blessed of what I even got and how far I even got too.
Yeah.
To the point where like I didn't even know if I would even get even remotely even close to where I'm at right now. Certain circumstances play a big role, and certain things have had happened and bad things and bad people have come in the mix and in my journey. It's not to
Yeah.
say everybody has the same thing. It's like, oh, I never experienced that. I'm like this too, but I never experienced that. But like, well, good for you, dude. Honestly, like
You're more
like,
privileged.
yeah, I can like respect that in this sense. You didn't have to deal with that, and that's good. And then you have like good people around you and shit, dude. And it's like, all right, well, mainly in the end, it was kind of like I've had a lot of people, definitely, extend a lot for me and do, like a lot that definitely helped me grow and shit, And in the end, it was like to a certain point, it was like, all right, here you go, you're on your own. I'm like, you figure it out. I'm like, damn, I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh, going into the sea right here filled with sharks.
and to let people know the sharks are the industry people and the media.
There are, yeah, man. There's plenty of times that people have told me to change my image or do this, do that, or make this look
Are you
this type
serious?
of way. And I'm like, oh yeah, plenty of times, dude. Just on some random shit. That's just like, okay, but I ain't gonna do that. Like, yeah, you may think that it might be more marketable or more this, more that, but fuck that bullshit. I'm just gonna continue doing me, wearing these nappy ass dreads and skating how I can skate to the best of my abilities. And if someone messes with me and appreciates what I do, then much love towards them too, dude. I respect that. Like, I'm only doing what I can, doing the best I can out here for what we got in this industry too. And thankful I even have I've had and still continue to do this for a living.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's definitely there. It's definitely there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're killing it, dude. You're doing what you can do. I mean, you're already what? You have your own little brand, Simple, right?
Simple times.
Yeah, Simple Times, and then you ride for Arbor. So I mean, you're doing your thing, and then you do photography. You're filming. You're doing a lot of stuff, man. Like, and also too, you and Brandon and T-Bone and Tommy all started this. Was it Rolling for Rights y'all did last weekend?
Yep.
Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, rolling for rights, man. It was something uh Zach Dowdy, myself, T-Bone, Tommy Sandoval, Big Sugar Bear, and Brandon Turner
That's
all
right.
got
Yeah.
together and just kind of chit chatted about what's going on right now too, and a lot of things that are just ain't sitting right to bringing up the conversation just within just what we're talking about right now too within the industry, being of color, being a black person, just like it's been wild out here right now, dude. 2020 has definitely been a fucked up movie.
Yeah, it is. You know,
And,
you know what I tell people. This is a leap year, so this year doesn't even count. You know.
yeah, whatever it may be, get this shit the fuck out of here. So, but it's been one hell of a fucking goddamn ride, and so we came together to do something cool for the city, just to let hear our voices heard of what fuck shit is going on out there and just what ain't right and what's sitting ain't right, like because we as skaters do know a lot about law enforcement and come in contact with a lot of security guards to just ignorance in general and shit. Doing me and being out there as a black man too, I definitely get stereotyped to 100% to the fullest. And let it be known, like, I walk out my house every day, out my door every day, having to look over my back just because of the color of my skin, just because some person feels some type of way, or just believes some type of way about some other thing that's directed towards me. To like, dude, it's nonstop, constant, judgment and shit, regardless of whether you see it or not. And then, looking over my shoulder for these cops for anything. It's walking down the street is dangerous, dude. Like,
it is. I see it, man. I see all the posts and all the craziness that I'm like, dude, like,
yeah.
it's fucking
So it's
sad,
just bringing,
dude. It's sad.
like a lot of awareness, and to just your surroundings and people in general. And so we did a whole little skate for justice, skate for rolling for rights, what we believe in, and Black Lives Matter and George Floyd, to all the other victims that are just victims of police brutality, dude. And it's like, I've been, in certain positions where, I've had guns in my face. I had tasers in my face, like I've been at these protests where I am getting tear gassed and shit, dude, for no apparent reason. Like, but, so it was something to get the city together and just, stand up for what we do, and, make our voices heard in our own way and shit, and, keep the ball rolling. Cause, it doesn't stop here. It's been a long time coming, for centuries and years. These things have happened, and now it's really kind of come to light, and shit needs to fucking change, dude. And I'm sick of it, dude. Seeing too much content of just downright like, how is this not wrong? How is this right? How is this like just asking too many questions that to any logical person looking at shit, you're like, what the fuck? And if you're saying something about it where anything is just like, yo, if you're saying anything about it, like, wow, like your mentality is definitely like, delusional, and like this is not the point. Like, man, it's intense. So, so yeah, the city came together, man. It was a pretty crazy sight to see down here in San Diego, with pretty much like probably over 1,000 skaters, roaming the streets.
Shit, that's a lot of skaters, dude.
Yeah, the news reported. I ain't keeping like tallies and nothing like that, but I've been seeing like news reports and just bullshit like that, and so I'm like, damn. And then just the sight to see it, when I like did see it, it felt like it multiplied by 10 once it hit the streets, and then
how did you feel when you saw it?
Crazy.
Like when it going down, like how'd you feel? You know what I mean? Like,
fuck, man, just uniting, dude. It's crazy to fucking see that many people get together to, and it's not about any of us, dude. It's about all of us as a collective and shit, dude. And just standing up, and then we did the damn thing, dude. And it's like, looking back out now too, like that. I think it's a part of history books for, regardless if you look at it or not. San Diego, that's for damn sure. 2020 in this era, in this century, because this is a worldwide thing. This is not just one city, one little town, one little thing. It's wildfire to every 50 states, to worldwide, to Europe, to everywhere and shit, over real shit, dude. That's been forever, too many years.
Yeah,
and when we're still gonna have to deal with it, regardless of the fact, there's still those people we're weeding out, and I feel like a lot of people are bringing out their true colors, and like really bringing out the topics and discussions that just to go swept under the rug and shit. And it's like things I'm saying right now too, just with like, it's everywhere. It's in our industries. It's my next door neighbors, it's your next door neighbors. It's people walking about. It's everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. So being aware of this shit, and then, weeding out these weasels and these ignorant, ill-minded people, dude, racism is brain poison. That's what I like to say on this shit. So we're trying to end that shit. We're trying to end a lot of things, and bring a better fucking world for ourselves and people around me, man. Like,
it's a crazy thing, man, going on right now. I mean, me being a Jew, I don't really pronounce myself as a Jew because we're one of the most hated people in the world. You know what I mean? Like, people want to kill us. You know what I mean? Get rid of us. So,
yeah.
It's fucking scary, It's definitely 100% scary, Jews and blacks are like, it's a scary thing,
For sure, dude. 2020, dude. What the? Can you be like, psych now? Like, psych. We're playing.
but you know, back to the other
all this-
things too. You know, like I do sit back and I do watch, you know, little thing, you know, social media and this and that, and see who does what and this and that, promote stuff. But I do notice that like some, you know, people kept them, you know, like I see people like prime example, like you got like upcoming skaters or new pros or new AMs that going on social media blasting about like what's wrong with the industry or what's wrong with this company or what's this going on, you know what I mean?
Right.
What's your opinion on all that? You think independent needs to change his logo, or do you think, you know, this, you know what I'm saying, man? I know you see it too, you know.
I am in no position to tell anybody to do any damn thing. But if there's a discussion about it, then there's a discussion about it. But you know, it's knowing a lot of things within. You know, like one thing I gotta say, I've always had a good relationship with TMs and just in indie in general. You know, aside from all the other bullshit, you know, with the NHS and stuff like
Rhino's
that.
a good
You know,
homer.
Rhino is an amazing human being, and and he's photographer Thrasher. Like he's always never had any prejudice towards anything, dude. I've known him for almost nearly half my life and shit like that. And Keith over there too. Like I got nothing but love for them too and shit. So, but if there's a discussion about whatever people are feeling, I don't know. I really don't know. That's a hard thing to say.
It's hard to say. I know Keith and Rhino for a long time too, you know. So it's like I see these like skaters or these AM skaters or whatever, right, for companies that they're saying this stuff. So I'm just thinking, wow, you really you gotta be careful what you say. You know, you might get blocked.
Yeah, true. You know, there is. That's why another thing too. Like, depending on who you're dealing with and who you write for, or who like stands up for like the kind of the same thing you are and shit too. And I think definitely a lot of things are different from back then. You know, I feel like maybe it is a little more lenient for you to speak up on some things now, just to as overall change. Back then, it was kind of just like know your place, do what you need to do, and shut up and skate. And I was like, if you said something, then we're in question here and shit, dude. And it's like, all right, we see something out of the whack,
or
we
might not
do something about it.
You know, I mean that's.
Yeah, or it might not, or it's just a slap on the wrist. You know, that's what I was saying. You know, sometimes things can be slapped on the wrist, and then like, all right, well, then I gotta take certain shit and just do what I need to do. Because if I had one wrong move or one wrong little thing I said, it's gonna fucking jeopardize everything I've worked so hard to do and build up and and off this one little thing that people that like, it's just things get stretched and shit, dude, and they don't like it's thin, dude. Like people don't want to deal with nothing, you know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, all right, well, if you got a deeper understanding in people, and especially people that you work with and are around, or your riders or whatever, you should get to know them regardless of the fact, inside and out, dude. Like, and there's a lot of things if they see wrong, like, dude, respect that. And then if they're not coming at you all crazy or have a crazy mindset or just doing too much, there's a certain level of things that like, chill the fuck out. Like I understand you're fucking totally right, but dude,
it's just skateboarding, the skate, you know what I mean?
But and there's no. That's why I said, and I feel like there was never been any rules. Like I feel like it was a very, to me, a very rebellious thing. Obviously, there's a certain level of professionalism to carry in the industry and shit like that, which I totally respect.
Yo.
And we're back for the 50,000th time.
Ew, yeah, a lot of editing, dude. A lot of editing. So you were talking about you respect the professionalism.
I mean, yeah, there's a certain professionalism in the industry. I would like to carry for individuals themselves. How they conduct whatever, how they move and talk to people in the industry, and make them deals and shit like that. Because in the end, like you further want growth. You know what I mean? So elevating you and yourself, and getting to what what you want to do. Definitely don't jeopardize what you need to fucking have going.
Yeah.
But some people say what they need to say, and I definitely respect that, dude. People need to hear the truth, even if it's fucking they don't want to hear it and shit. fucking shit's gonna. Talking about it after the fact.
Oh,
Shit,
hold on.
dude.
Move over a
It's
little
like,
bit.
oh,
Move,
fuck,
stay,
man.
don't move. I'm losing there. He clicks it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Just stand where you're at.
What is going on?
Just
There we go.
have one of those little things to grab your blunt and
I
just sit there and
know,
grab your
right?
blunt and smoke it.
Sheesh.
Oh, we got a
I
couple.
know.
We got a couple more questions.
Should have grabbed more weed for this.
We're doing good. You know, definitely good little interview. What we want to talk about and everything. You know, is definitely good. And another thing too, this whole thing was going on. I mean, what's your opinion on like this whole chaos that's going on from the virus to racism to aliens might be attacking us and whatever? You know what I mean? Whatever else is going to happen in 2020. Well, what's your
aliens in the sky. I
I don't
want
know.
to kick
I
it with
saw
the
a
aliens
video
right
of some
now,
dude in
dude. What's
Miami
good? You got some
thing.
fucking like
You saw that? Isn't that
space
crazy,
KOG.
dude?
What's
like,
good?
oh.
I did see that. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's some distraction shit that's going on, some military tactic. I don't know what's going on. Like, shit, you don't know what to believe nowadays. There's so much content that just like, yo, and it fucks with your brains. And then there's a lot of false shit that's going on too. Like, you got to do your extensive research on a lot of shit that you see and go rush to get known and out there and spread and shit, dude. But yeah, it's been one hell of a ride, man. I've been trying to handle and maintain a level-headed space over here. Shit, dude. Quarantine zone for fucking 2 months or however fools want to do. Some people ain't doing it. Some people are. Fucking all things shut down. Everything's at a halt. Like, yeah, shit is fucking up in shambles and shit. And then who knows when the shit's gonna actually kick back into normal and shit. There's a lot of people out and in different waves and stuff like that. But I definitely believe there's something real, but I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just trying to fucking deflect all this shit as it comes.
Fireworks over by you? Are they shooting fireworks out?
Yeah, too much.
Dude, hey, trust me, dude. I hear fireworks here. No.
Do you hear that?
No, they already stopped. They stopped about 8 or 6.
What? There's fireworks going on right by you right now?
Oh, really?
Oh, but you hear the shit that's in the background? No, that's my roommate shooting out BB guns in the fucking.
Oh, okay.
back. Yeah, I don't even know you can hear that shit, but yeah, there's a little range back there. Fucking, yeah, like I said, quarantine. Yeah, fucking motherfuckers were bored and had to occupy our time somehow, and yeah, we got busy. Yeah, check the gram, check the quarantine sesh. We set up a whole obstacle fucking course in my backyard and try to get jiggy back there like that, and then a whole fucking BB fucking course
going on
to
with you? What's new
smash
going on with you? What you got coming up? What's going on with Rolling for Rights? Anything new coming on with them? I mean, what do you have?
Shit, yeah, I got this the new 2020 the world coming back into fucking back to reality. That's what I hope for soon. How about that? Tell all this shit that's going on to cut this shit out. Yeah, like I was saying, man, trying to deflect it and bob and weave through these times and shit, because a lot of things came to a halt. Everybody's was into it, dude. The unemployment shit, all the jobs, to all this, even all the skateboard companies had to put everything at a standstill and shit. So I know that's definitely hurting a lot of people. Shops, dude, like, man, we gotta support the shops and a lot of things that really us skaters too as well, man. Like, I know it ain't easy buying professional product and stuff like that for some kids too and shit, but supporting the skaters and your skaters around you, and making sure you're all equipped and ready to roll and shit.
I got
But
some new
other than that,
graphics.
fucking getting things going. I got some graphics coming out for Arbor soon, So hopefully that's soon. Then soon, fucking who knows when that. Like I said, a lot of things had to be postponed for a few months and shit. So that's definitely in the works. So look out for that one. And then I got some footy coming, sometime soon. Fucking, just be waiting on it. Definitely this year. And then rolling for rights. We got some more things coming. Keeping the movement pushing and shit, dude. Like definitely after Saturday and everything, we're definitely standing up for what we believe in and pushing forward and bringing everybody in on the journey with us. So be on the lookout for next month. We got some shit popping. Rolling for Rights SD, Instagram. Check for updates. Follow me on Instagram too. Shuriken's Joint for all the updates of whatever you need.
Tell me a little bit about that before we take off.
What
was that experience like?
Oh yeah, the block was lit. Literally, the block was lit. Literally, dude. Like, yeah, that was definitely a wild day. That's why that definitely sparked a lot of the stuff that even happened in SD. We almost had the same incident with the police officer over here with a black man at the trolley station just kind of waiting around, and he did nothing wrong, and cops doing what they're doing and using excessive force, and then bending the truth and lying about what his arrest was, and it just didn't sit well with everything else going on too and shit. So there was a big protest over here at the Mesa City Hall, and it was all day basically, and they took over the freeway. I was like, dude, this literally right down the street from me. I'm like, yo, what's going on over here, dude? I definitely gotta, peep the scene.
You gotta make sure the
see what's going on,
lit, man.
Fucking see if everything's okay too and shit. So, oh, dude, yeah, that was like even before that was brewing. The pot was brewing and shit, dude. And and they took over the whole freeway. The freeway was shut down for all day. Cops lined up trying to pretty much barricade people in, and protesters, and I got a little action on the freeway skating and stuff like that. So then it kind of carried over to City Hall, and after that, I guess dude, the law enforcement couldn't handle the rants and the raves. They can't handle no words and shit, so they just let off tear gas and rubber bullets and shit. And they actually clipped a grandmother right in square dead in the eyes, like with the rubber bullet, which they're not supposed to shoot straight at you. They're supposed to bounce them off the ground, but they're shooting at will, so they're trigger happy motherfuckers and shit. And they shot her, like literally did some damage to her, and after that, all hell broke.
Are you serious?
Dude, like too much shit went down. Then they just started going in, and they burnt down City Hall. They burned down they burned down 4 vehicles, like a fire department vehicle that just like they were trying to tip that thing over, but it wasn't budging. And then they were just like, fuck it, we're lighting it on fire. I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
And I'm like, I gotta witness this, dude. I had to document all this stuff, dude. You can check out all the footy on my shit. And yeah, and it just like it just escalated and shit, dude. That a good like hour of like destruction beforehand until like more cops showed up, and then they just started destroying the cop cars, and then it just went up after that. They just kept doing like they just fueled everything more and more, and fools ain't sitting right and it ain't happy. So anything that was in that surrounding area got looted, burnt to crisp, to
get hit,
everything. Cars on fire. I'm like, dude, like I'm skating through this shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, this is no. Well, I got caught with a little tear gas that fucking was downwind. That was fucked up. Like I didn't think it would travel that far, and then I just felt it. Like, yo, I was like, I had to grab Ashley, my lady, and fucking it was like, yo, come on, and then I felt it more and more and more. I'm like, fuck. It got us, dude. It got us. I'm just like, I'm crying now. I'm like, dude, and then so after that, that's when the whole chaos went fucking up and shit for a good all night, dude. Literally all fucking night, and it's mellowed out. There's people are still protesting, which I'm like, it's dope. Like the movement don't stop, the shit don't stop. A couple little things here and there just to be like, oh, whatever. Nah, like this shit is a real fucking thing and a real issue around everywhere, dude. And especially little cutty towns and shit that like, yo, they need this stuff, dude. And this is different, dude. It's different. It's different from all the other times and stuff like that. So, there's infinite change coming, and it has to be because no one's standing up for this crap that we fucking live in, dude. Like, especially the people that are supposed to protect and fucking serve. Like, nah, they're fucking here to fucking arrive and beat and shit, dude. Like, that just ain't right, dude. Like, and too much injustice, fucking too much bullshit racism going around.
Let me ask you a question. Another question.
Fucking just over the prejudice
Another
shit.
question
We're
popped in
all
my head.
over it, dude.
So let's say if everything
Nah.
got fixed, what would you think the world would be like? You know what I mean? If there was no more racism, there's no more this, no more that, and like comedy. You know what I mean? Because you know how comedy is. You know, comedians are. They always make fun of everybody. You know what I mean? You think that's going to change, or you think that's going to still stay the same?
Right. I think there's going to be still a lot of things instilled in a lot of people. It's like coming to the understanding and knowledge of shit, dude. It's like that's where it's really kind of coming about, like unity, dude. Like they're not, people like this are being simple-minded and one track that they just don't know how to react or even what they've been taught to, to their beliefs now, to what they see, to, there's a lot of things to say about it and shit. And I feel like there's little bits and pieces that'll still linger regardless of the fact and shit. But it's changing the system, dude. Like this broken fucking system. It's systematic, man. Like especially for people of color, dude. This is the system is set up for us to fucking fail, and it shows time and time again. And you see the people that are in place in these organizations and these departments and shit that that don't need to be. So it's literally weeding out all that crap and actually making it like, strict for fucking fools to actually do this job, not dudes that can just take a little simple fucking training course basically online, and now I carry a gun and a fucking taser and I'm gonna will my authority around and fucking do what I need to do just to make my fucking point because I got picked on in fucking school and shit. These little bastards and shit. Too much shit that pisses you off that you see around, like, like what the fuck? What if the roles were reversed? Yeah, then you'd be just shooting us and shit, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, even more without will, without second fucking thought. Like, these fools go home at fucking goddamn back to their families. Nothing fucking happened and shit, dude. Like, how does a fucking human being treat somebody like that, regardless of the fact of what they even fucking see or committed to the point? Like, it's crazy. And, and then things within, dude, there's a lot that needs to be changed and shit. It's a process. And if there's a willingness and, opportunity to grow, then fuck, why not, dude? And it's bringing fucking knowledge to everybody that doesn't have knowledge towards what's actually going on right now, to why people are mad, to why things need to change, and why, like, dude, like there shouldn't be so much of a discussion of why. Like, don't you see this shit that's going on?
I know, man.
Fuck, dude, don't be stupid. Like, dude, come on, like. And then we're sitting here like, dude, and just pent up on your fucking stupidity and blindness of really what's going on.
It's man,
it ain't right, dude. And come on now, like, come on now. Yeah, man. So we're trying to all come together and shit, and especially with our skateboard community too, because really we got all fucking walks of life that we come in contact that doesn't matter, dude. All we see is fucking a board and bolts. All we see is a board and wheels. What? Huh? I didn't even know you were black, bro. I didn't even know you were white, bro. Like, I didn't even know you were this. Like, what the fuck? All I saw was a board and some wheels. Why the fuck can't anybody see it like that too? Like, but in a different aspect. Oh, you just isn't. Why the fuck does it matter? Like, dude. Yeah, because it's fucking been systematically placed like this, and for you to be, seen, and for you to view us or whoever it is of ethnicity and in a type of light that's fucked. And I get me wrong, there's shitty people everywhere, dude, like of all damn races and shit, dude. But the focus of what actually is going on, especially the things that we live in this society, and we're supposed to be safe about and shit, dude. We ain't safe. We never been safe, bro. Like, and that's always been the fucking problem since I've been born. Since before I was born. Since a lot of fucking things, dude. Like, so Yeah, and it's just, and it's still to this day. Here we are, 2020, and it's not even that long ago, dude. 1960s, dude. Like that's not even that long ago. A lot of things that had happened in this country for us to be able to do wouldn't be able to do, dude. Like,
think about it.
It's insane, and that's not even
going
that
on
long ago.
for,
It's not even 100 years, bro. Like,
before
it's
Christ,
barely
before BC.
dude.
I mean, the Muslims had the Jews, and then the Jews rose up, and
400 years,
you know what I
dude.
mean?
Like,
It just goes way back, way before us.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
This whole world.
This whole country was born and fucking birthed and fucking looting and taking what it is and the whole property. Like, yo, like, and fools are worried about some damage and shit, dude. Like, y'all stole shit anyway, too. Like, don't lie. Like, look back at some history and shit, dude. Like, come on, like, dude, like, be aware of a lot of things and shit. Even when you think fools are not aware of certain things, like, dude, yeah, they are. Some people may not express it, but I'm fully aware. So I know some of these issues too. Like I never really speak upon because what do I know? I'm just a fucking skater, right? Shit. Nah, but I know what it is. I know what it is to be human. I know what it is to be, a person of color. I know what it is to, see what's going on right now. And I know what it is that I know it ain't fucking right. No matter what it is, dude. So y'all motherfuckers better get shit straight because we're taking over. So, that's why we rolling for rights too. And that's why, it's something much bigger than all of us and shit. So, education is key and just to be knowledgeable of people that don't have as much knowledge to understand up to a point until they get addressed otherwise, and then they can further grow and have understanding.
And with skateboarding, man, skateboarding to me,
and that's for all those racists out there.
Brings everything together, everybody together. Like you said, we all see it as board. We all look at everybody. Oh, you ride a board and wheels. You have board and wheels and trucks. All right, cool. You can pop a ollie. Awesome. Who cares what color you are? What religion you are or whatever, we're just all skateboarders. You know what I mean? That's what we see it as, me, that's how I always see it as, people always talk about racism, and it's like, well, skateboarding, there might be a little bit of racism in skateboarding, but we look over it. It's like what you said before. We just kind of like, we'll deal with that later. You know what I mean? Or we'll put it away,
But now today we got time to deal with all that shit.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we're doing. We're handling accordingly now, dude. And we ain't gonna stand for all that type of bullshit too. Because, and I feel like everybody needs to address it if they see some shit like that too. Stand up for your homies. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for what's right, and then stand up for the ignorance that wills fucking shit out of people's mouth, and even if it's nonchalantly and low key, like, yo, what the fuck?
Just ride your board, man. Just fucking cruise. Who gives a shit, man?
Nobody got time for that shit.
I see everybody, I see a black person, white person, Asian, a Mexican, even a fucking alien. If I ever meet one, we all bleed the same color, red. You know what I mean?
The alien might be bleed green though. Shit, so you never know. You might bleed green or black and shit. But
hey, you never know. They might be here right now, hanging out with us.
They be here before us. Then, right? Shit, fuck. Yeah, I am a fucking Martian. Yeah, like.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Wheezy. I am a Martian.
Phone difficulties and this and that,
Yo, interludes, dude. Interludes. Dude. This is an important message, dude. This is some voiceover. This is a very important message to you.
Well, thank you.
Coming
with
the right
so
information.
Much for being
just
on.
use that voiceover.
Thank you for being such a homie with me and the True Skateboard Mag, and for so many years, dude. And we always got your back, and me and Carl always have you, dude. And
bros.
Just, like I tell T-Bone, it's like, yo, you guys just be safe out there, man. It's just be super safe out there. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Be aware, as everybody else should too,
we're
man.
me and Chris live.
Keep your eyes peeled.
In the hood. We got a
do
little house in the hood, so it's chill. It's a nice. I know. Hey, we're number 7. You guys,
bet. I know. I've been seeing.
California's
I've been
number
seeing
2
Florida.
Now,
Florida's on the map.
New Jersey.
But none of the protests had nothing to do with it. Just
yes,
be
that's
aware
true.
of that.
It's just
Numbers
it's
of
just our
protests,
government
nothing
being
that
idiots
go up
and
on
just
that. So just know.
be smart and safe, dude. That's all everybody has to be, brother.
But still
Well,
be
all right.
safe. Still be safe, dude.
Hey, it's a leap year. It doesn't even count.
Because remember, 2020 is a
really...
movie and anything can happen. All right, I just want to bring peace and positivity, and fuck the bullshit, dude.
Sorry, I had
to
to
live.
sneeze.
And
But
we're all trying to live.
Do you got anything? Do you want to say to the upcoming skaters?
Yeah. Boom, bless it. Rip that shit up, and always be aware of your surroundings. Get what's yours, and man, take over, dude. Fucking respect everybody. Fucking. And yeah, man, don't let these companies take advantage of you, because in the end, you build a lot of their fucking dreams, dude. You build a lot of their fucking companies. So you are the backbone. So know your worth, and fucking do what you need to do. Handle it. Skate hard.
Yeah.
Fuck all the bullshit. That'll talk for itself. So yeah, much love.
Oh, and Mark just walked in.
High five to every one of them when I see them.
He said, "Be safe."
You legend.
All right, homie.
Yeah, legend. Good looking.
Right,
likewise. Need some art soon too.
Well,
Europe.
Be safe, and
fuck yeah.
And I'll be looking forward for all your stuff for Rolling
Hell
Rights, man.
Hell yeah,
Definitely,
G.
love what you guys are doing.
Stay up.
All right, homie. I'll smoke a blunt for you.
Word. Sounds
all right,
good.
Man.
Good looking. Much love.
Later.